Hello, my dear friends. This is lecture 2 in the fifth module of number theory, and we are going to study about knapsack crypto system in this lecture. We have already seen many crypto systems in our earlier lecture. Today, we are going to concentrate on this knapsack crypto system. So, what is knapsack crypto system? A knapsack crypto system is based on knapsack problem. So, first, let us see what is knapsack problem. Knapsack means a kind of backpack or some bag, some sack which we have to fill. So knapsack problem is also known as subset sum problem. The knapsack problem is a problem in combinatorial optimization. So given a set of items, each with a weight and a value, determine the number of each item to include in a collection so that the total weight is less than or equal to a given limit and the total value is as large as possible. So this is knapsack problem, or we can say that given a knapsack of volume V and n items of various volumes A1, A2, An, can a subset of these items be found that will completely fill the knapsack? So we have to fill a bag with certain items. So items are A1, A2, An. So we are given a volume V of that bag, and we have to fill the bag with these items A1, A2, An so that the volume V is completely satisfied. Or in symbols, we can say that for positive integers A1, A2, An and a sum V, we have to solve this equation. V is equal to A1 x1 plus A2 x2 up to An xn, where these xi's are, they have value either 0 or 1. So if we are including item A1, then this x1 will be 1, and if we do not want to include A1 in the bag, then this x1 will be 0. So this is knapsack problem. Let's see this picture. So there is a bag of capacity 15 kg and these are different weights, 2 kg, 1 kg, 4 kg, 1 kg and 12 kg with different colors, different weights, different values. So which boxes should be chosen to maximize the amount of money while still keeping the overall weight under or equal to 15 kg? So a multiple constraint problem could consider both the weight and the volume of the boxes. So solution, if any number of each box is available, then 3 yellow boxes and 3 grey boxes. So if we take 3 yellow boxes, then that will be 12 kg and 3 grey boxes, then this will be 3 kg. So 12 plus 3 will be 15 and this will be satisfied. So that means if we take 3 yellow and 3 grey, then it will be equal to 15 kg. So no need to take other bags. That means the coefficient for other bags will be, the xi value for other bags will be 0 in terms of that notation. So now this we have done. Now there might be no solution or more than one solution to the problem. So this problem which we were talking about, this V is equal to A1 x1 plus A2 x2 plus An xn. Basically we have to solve this equation. We have to find different values of xi's. So there might be no solution or more than one solution to the problem depending on the choice of the sequence A1, A2, An and the integer V. Consider this problem. 22 is equal to 3x1 plus 7x2 plus 9x3 plus 11x4 plus 20x5. So this problem is not solvable, but there is some other problem where this right hand side is as it is and left hand side is 27. So 27 is equal to this. Now we are saying that this problem, it has two different solutions, namely x2, x3, x4. They are 1 and x1 and x5 is 0. So if they are 1, then 7 plus 9 is 16, 16 plus 11 will be 27. So if I take these A2, A3, A4, then the LHS will be equal to RHS. No need to take A1 and A5. And a different solution is this, where if I take x2 is equal to x5 is equal to 1. That means if I take only this thing and this thing, since 7 plus 20 will be 27. So no need to take others. So x1, x3, x4 will be 0. So depending on the problem, depending on the sequence A1, A2, An and the integer B, we can see that there may be no solution to the knapsack problem, or there may be two distinct solutions to the problem. Now, finding solution to a knapsack problem. Finding solution to a random knapsack problem is very difficult. None of the known methods for attacking the problem are substantially less time consuming than is conducting an exhaustive search, that is by testing all the 2 to the power n possibilities for x1, x2, xn. So this is computationally impractical for n greater than 100 or so. However, if the sequence of integers a1, a2, an happens to have special properties, the knapsack problem becomes much easier. So if we are saying that if the sequence has some special property, then the problem, the knapsack problem can be easily solved. So what is that property? Let's see that a sequence a1, a2, an is called super increasing. We are saying that the sequence is super increasing when each ai is larger than the sum of all the preceding ones. That is, ai is greater than a1 plus a2 and so on up to ai minus 1. So such a sequence with this property is called super increasing sequence. So if in a knapsack problem the sequence a1, a2, an is having this property of super increasing, then that problem can be easily solved. Let's see this example of super increasing sequence. So this is a sequence 1, 2, 4, 8 up to 2 to the power n, where 2 to the power I is greater than 2 to the power I minus 1 is equal to 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 up to 2 to the power I minus 1. So for corresponding knapsack problem, v is equal to x1 plus 2x2 plus 4x3 plus 2 to the power n xn. v is less than 2 to the power n plus 1. The unknowns, these xi's, are just the digits in the binary expansion of v. The knapsack problems based on super increasing sequences are uniquely solvable whenever they are solvable at all. So in a knapsack problem, if the sequence of AIs is super increasing, then that problem is uniquely solvable. Let's see this question based on super increasing knapsack problem. So this is a super increasing knapsack problem. So 28 is equal to 3x1 plus 5x2 plus 11x3 plus 20x4 plus 41x5. So let's try to solve it. So first we have to start with the largest coefficient, which is 41. Now let's check whether 41, this is less than 28 or greater than 28. So 41 is greater than 28. So the full knapsack, the bag which you are taking, that has capacity 28 and this coefficient is 41. So this is not possible. We cannot take this item in the bag. That means x5 should be 0. So now we can see that 41 is greater than 28. Therefore, it cannot be part of our subset sum and hence x5 is 0. Now next largest coefficient is 20. Now 20 is less than 28. So we can take it. So first, before deciding, let us see the sum of other 3 items. So 11 plus 5 plus 3, that will be 19. 19 is less than 28. So that means these 3 items cannot fill the knapsack. So we have to take this item. That means 20 must be included in the sum and therefore x4 is equal to 1. Now that we have found the values of x4 and x5, x4 was 1 and x5 was 0. So if I substitute these two values, then the original problem becomes like this. 28 is equal to 3x1 plus 5x2 plus 11x3 plus 20 into 1, and the fifth term is 0. So 28 minus 20 will be 8. So this becomes 8 is equal to 3x1 plus 5x2 plus 11x3. Now we have to repeat the earlier process again. So let's determine whether 11, this is the largest coefficient. So let's see, 11 should come in the knapsack or not. So 11 is greater than 8. That means this cannot come in the knapsack. So x3 will be 0. So if x3 is 0, then the problem becomes 8 is equal to 3x1 plus 5x2. And we can easily see that the solution of this problem is x1 is 1 and x2 is 1. So 28 is equal to 3 plus 5 plus 20. All the other coefficients are not taken, they are 0. So this is super increasing knapsack problem. Now let us see the algorithm which works in this problem. So we have this equation v is equal to a1 x1 plus a2 x2 plus an xn, where this sequence, this a1 a2 an is a super increasing sequence of integers. Now assume that v can be obtained by some subset of this sequence, so that v is not greater than a1 plus a2 plus an. Now working from right to left, like we were doing in the example, working from right to left in our sequence, xn is 1 if v is greater than equal to an, and xn is 0 if v is less than an. Now obtain the values of xn minus 1, xn minus 2 up to x2, x1 in turn one by one, like we were doing in the example, by choosing xi is 1 if v minus ai plus 1, xi plus 1, and so on up to a, and xn is greater than equal to ai, then xi will be 1 and xi will be 0 if v minus ai plus 1, xi plus 1 up to a and xn is less than a. So these steps we were following in this question. So we have to follow this in every question of super increasing knapsack problem. Now we know about knapsack problem and super increasing knapsack problem. Let us see what is knapsack crypto system. Knapsack crypto system is also known as Merkle-Hellman knapsack crypto system because it was developed by Merkle and Hellman. So this is called Merkle-Hellman knapsack crypto system. So it was developed by Ralph Merkle and Martin Hellman in 1978, and it is one of the earliest public key crypto system. Public key crypto system means asymmetric crypto system. That means we are using different keys for encryption and decryption. So this public key crypto system is based on knapsack problem. The algorithm can be implemented faster than RSA. RSA system we have already seen in the previous lecture. So this algorithm is faster than RSA. But yet it was found insecure in 1982 by Adi Shamir. So knapsack crypto system is an asymmetric key crypto system, meaning that two keys are required for communication, a public key and a private key. Furthermore, unlike RSA, it is one way. The public key is used only for encryption and the private key is used only for decryption. This was not the case with RSA crypto system. Now let us see the algorithm which is used in knapsack crypto system. So a user starts by choosing a super increasing sequence A1, A2, AN. Now select a modulus M which is greater than 2AN and a multiplier A which is between 0 and M, strictly between 0 and M, and A and M are relatively prime. So A and M are relatively prime we are taking because this congruence, we want this congruence to be uniquely solvable. AX is congruent to 1 modulo M. So that's why A and M are relatively prime. So because of this condition, this has a unique solution. Say X is congruent to C mod M. Finally, form the sequence of integers B1, B2, Bn. And how we are going to form this sequence? By using this sequence only. So B1 will be A1 mod M, B2 will be A2 mod M2, and A is this number A which we have taken relatively prime to M. So in this by doing this calculation you can form a new sequence B1, B2, Bn. Now carrying out this transformation generally destroys the super increasing property enjoyed by AI. So that means if the property of super increasingness in the sequence AI is destroyed, that means to solve that problem becomes hard. So that means the crypto system is stronger. If to decipher or to attack the system is stronger, it's very hard to solve it, then the system is stronger. So if we do this calculation by this transformation, the super increasing property enjoyed by AI is destroyed. So then what does the user keep secret? User keeps secret the original sequence A1, A2, AN and the numbers M, the multiplier A and this A, multiplier M and A. These are kept secret, and the new sequence which is B1, B2, Bn. This A1, A2, AN, this is super increasing, but this may not be super increasing. So this is kept in the public directory. This can be seen by anyone. So anyone wishing to send a message uses the publicly available sequence, that is B1, B2, Bn, as the encryption key. The sender begins by converting the plaintext message into a string M of zeros and ones using the binary equivalent of letters. For example, if we have this message mom, M-O-M, then M will be converted to 0. Like let me show you this table of binary equivalents. So this they are A to Z alphabets are written and their binary equivalent is written. So for M, the binary equivalent is 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. We are using this here. Let's come back there. So mom, for M, binary equivalent is 0, 1, 1, 0, 0. For O, it is 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. And for M, this is again this. So the string is like this without any gap. Just to show you that this is for M, this is for O, this is M, I have written it with a space. So generally this is without space, and we have to decide the size of the block, how much bigger block we have to take. The string is then split into blocks of n binary digits, with the last block being filled out with ones at the end. So if I want to take 4 digits at a time, then these 4 will be taken, then 4. So if something we are not able to complete the last 4 blocks, then for that space we will take ones. That thing is written here. The string is then split into blocks of n binary digits, with the last block being filled out with ones at the end if necessary. The public encrypting sequence B1, B2, Bn is next used to transform a given plaintext block, say x1, x2, xn. x1, x2, xn is this. This is x1, this is x2, this is x3, this is x4, this is x5. So for first block will be this. So plaintext block, say x1, x2, xn into this sum. B1, x1. So B1, B2, Bn is given to you. So I can form this sum S. S is equal to B1, x1 plus B2, x2 plus Bn, xn. So the number S is hidden information that the sender transmit. So this S, finally, this is transmitted through a communication channel which is assumed to be insecure. So this was the encryption process. Now once the message is received at the other end, that is at the receiver end, then how does it decrypt the message? Let's see that. Since each xi is either 0 or 1, therefore the problem of getting the plain text back from the ciphertext S is equivalent to solving apparently difficult knapsack problem, because we know that this sequence may not be super increasing. So this is difficult knapsack problem. But because the receiver, the recipient, the recipient or the receiver, who is the true person, who is the genuine receiver, who can receive the message, then he is having the private decryption key. But the attacker is not having the private decryption key. So because the receiver is having the private decryption key, so he can use his private decryption key to decrypt the message. So let's read it. But since the receiver of the ciphertext knows the private decryption key, so he can easily change the difficult knapsack problem into an easier one. No other person can do this change because no other person has the decryption key. Now, knowing C and M, they were in the decryption key. They were kept secret. So the receiver knows what is value of C and what is value of M. So the recipient computes this. S dash is equal to C into S mod M. So S dash is between 0 less than equal to S dash less than M. So on expansion, this gives S dash is equal to C B1 X1, because what is S? Your S was B1 X1 plus B2 X2 plus Bn Xn. So S dash becomes C B1 X1, C B2 X2, C Bn Xn mod M. And this B1 is A1. So B2 is A2, Bn is AAN, and then CA is congruent to 1 mod M. Therefore, S dash becomes A1 X1 plus A2 X2 plus AN Xn mod M. Because M was initially chosen to satisfy this M greater than 2AN greater than A1 plus A2 plus AN. So that means this A1 plus A2 plus AN is less than M. So if this thing a1x1 plus a2x2 plus anxn, if I compute this under modulo m, then s dash will be equal to a1x1 plus a2x2 plus anxn, because this is less than m. So under modulo m, this s dash will be equal to, exactly equal to this thing. So this must hold. The solution to this knapsack problem furnishes the solution to the difficult problem. And we can recover the plain text block x1, x2, xn of n digits from S. So let's see this example. Convert the message help us by using the knapsack crypto system. The secret key is super increasing sequence 3, 5, 11, 20, 41. Modulus m is 85 and multiplier a is 44. So to get the encryption key, each member of the super increasing sequence is multiplied by 44, this a, because this a is a multiplier. So each term will be multiplied by a and then it will be reduced to modulo 85. So then reduced to modulo 85, it will become 47, 50, 59, 30 and 19. And this is submitted to the public directory. So now that will be used. Now convert the plain text message. First of all, we have to convert the message help us in the form of a string of 0 and 1. So this we can easily write that from the table. Now using the public key. This is the public key, this which we have found 47, 50, 59, 30, 19. Now using this public key, the sender transform the successive blocks into like this. If I take 47 into 0, this is your x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. So this b1, x1, b2, x2, this will be 47 into 0, 50 into 0, 59 into 1, 30 into 1, 19 into 1. So this combination will be 108. Similarly, we can do for others. So this thing 108, 59, 99, 158, 106, 77. The transmitted text consists of the sequence of positive integers. So this is transmitted. Now decryption process. The encryption is done and message is sent. So now receiver will decrypt the message. The receiver first solves the congruence 44x congruent to 1 modulo 85. That is, receiver will find the inverse of x under modulo 85. So inverse of 44. So for that x will be congruent to 29 modulo 85. This you can easily solve by using Euclidean algorithm. Now multiply each ciphertext number by 29 and then so this 29 will be multiplied to each number. So multiply each ciphertext number by 29 and then reduce it to modulo 25. It will become 108 into 29. With the first integer we are multiplying 108 into 29, then reduce to modulo 85. This will be congruent to 72 modulo 85. So the corresponding knapsack problem now becomes 72 is equal to 3x1 plus 5x2 plus 11x3 plus 20x4 plus 41x5. Now we can solve this super increasing knapsack problem to get values of x1, x2, x3, x4, x5. So x1, x2 is 0. So and x3, x4, x5 is 1. So the first block will be 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. And from the table you can verify that this is H. Similarly, you can do it for other blocks also and you can find the whole message helps. So that is left as an exercise. You can do it. Now, what is the security of this knapsack problem? So this is the time to decrypt a knapsack problem increases exponentially with the number of items in the knapsack. If there are more items, then the time increases. And for a high level of security, the knapsack should contain at least 250 items to choose from. Let us see this question. When we take n is equal to 10, that means the size of the block is 10. This is interesting. Let's see. Encrypt the message not now using this super increasing sequence, and this is the modulus, and this is the multiplier. Now, so first of all, we have to multiply every number in the sequence by the multiplier. So this is to 929. So 3 into 929 under modulo 2618 will be this. So, and 5 into 929 modulo 2618 is 2027. Similarly, you can do it for all. Now, binary equivalent of not now. So once you have done this, next you find binary equivalent of the message, not now. So you can write the binary equivalent in a string and then just divide it in a block of 10 digits that we have done here. Now 169 into 0, the first block we are taking 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1. This is x1 to x10. So 169 into 0 plus 2027 into 1 plus 2365 into 1 and so on up to 1976 into 0. This will be equal to 9584. So this will be sent through a public channel, through a communication channel. So this is for the first block. Similarly, you can find out the other two blocks also. Other two blocks are 5373 and for third one will be this. So these three numbers will be sent to the receiver. Now the receiver will decrypt the message. Let's see. The receiver recovers the hidden message by multiplying each ciphertext number by the solution of this congruence 910 to 9x congruent to 1 under modulo 2618. So by Euclidean algorithm, find the inverse of 929. That will be 31. Now multiply every number. This first is 9584. Multiply by 31. Then under modulo 2618, this is 1270. So we can express 1270 in terms of the super increasing sequence. So 1270 will be this super increasing sequence that you have to solve. Then this will be 5 plus 11 plus 41 plus 179 plus 344 plus 690. So hence the location of each right hand integer in the knapsack translate to 0, 1, 1. This you can see. This will be this in the terms of zeros and 1. And so this was your initial binary string. And hence decryption is done in this way. So people got interested in this crypto system when it was introduced because it was based on a provably difficult problem. But in the year 1982, Adi Shamir invented a faster algorithm for solving knapsack problem. But even that algorithm was construction was broken in 1985. So as I told you that once a crypto system or some system which is helping you to hide and unhide your message, then if once it is found to be insecure, then we find another algorithm to replace it, and this goes on and on. So this, because this was initially it was supposed that this is secure, but then in 1982 Shamir, this Shamir was RSA Shamir, he found another algorithm. Then but even that algorithm was insecure, found to be insecure, and in 1985 that was broken. So let us see what we have done in today's lecture. First, we defined what is knapsack problem. Then super increasing sequence we defined. We saw some examples of super increasing sequences. Then we defined super increasing knapsack problem. The knapsack problem which has the super increasing sequence, and that was easier to solve. A random knapsack problem is not easy to solve, but when the sequence in the knapsack problem is super increasing, then it becomes much easier to solve it. Then we saw knapsack algorithm, and then the algorithm which is used in knapsack crypto system, that means the encryption and decryption process, and we have seen some examples also. So this thing we have done in this lecture. These are the references which I have used to prepare this lecture. Thank you.